Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. This video will explore the 5 young wingers that I'm watching closely for this season. I collect most of the players on this list and I feel they are underrated or unknown in the hobby. Prospecting can have huge upside and I try to select players who are not that well known at large in the hobby and the sport. So the first player on this list is none other than Dutch winger Noa Lang, who plays for Belgian side Club Brugge. Lang is in his second season at Brugge after an amazing start to life in the Jupiler Pro League in 2020. Club Brugge's transfer policy focuses on recruiting undiscovered talent, which they then develop into future stars to sell on for a significant premium. Their position as one of the best clubs in the Jupiler League means they regularly feature in European competitions, which helps to increase the visibility of their talented players. Noa Lang is a prime example of the type of player Brugge buy to develop and showcase so they can continue the cycle of selling players at a premium. Now going back to Lang, let's talk about his roots in football. Lang was at Feyenoord's academy from the age of 6 till 14, where he opted to join Feyenoord's fierce rivals Ajax Amsterdam. Lang moved up the youth ranks at Ajax, and in 47 games for Ajax Young, the under-21 team, he scored 12 goals with 12 assists in 47 games. Lang was equally prolific for the Netherlands youth team, but he's yet to make his Netherlands debut, or at least he was when I started to record this video. As of October, he's now made his Orange debut. Now, if Lang is so good, why did Ajax let him go? Lang scored on his Ajax debut aged 20, becoming the first player to score in their Eredivisie debut for Ajax in over 60 years. In spite of this, things weren't plain sailing for Lang, as after his goal in a cup victory, manager Ten Hag gave Lang a dressing down for disobeying tactical instructions. After falling out with Ten Hag, it was clear that Lang's future wasn't to be at the Johan Cruyff Arena, as Ajax brought in a former academy man, Ryan Babel, on loan. Lang was loaned out to FC Twente, but the loan was cut short due to the pandemic. During the 2020 transfer window, Ajax agreed to loan Noa Lang to Club Brugge in a loan-to-buy deal with a buyout clause of £6 million. It's at Brugge where Lang has shined on a consistent basis, scoring 16 goals and 10 assists in 33 games. Lang has become one of the most potent wingers in the Belgian league, exploiting space to his benefit, timing his runs and shifting the ball from his feet to get a quick shot away. This is what makes Lang excel, especially in tight penalty areas. His shooting at times reminds me of Jermaine Defoe, who also took his shots early, leaving the keeper without a chance to react. Now Lang is a permanent player for Club Brugge and has started the 2021 season in great fashion, proving he isn't a one-season wonder. In 8 games in the Belgian league, Lang has scored 3 times, assisting 4 goals. In the 1-1 draw with PSG, the champions in the Champions League, Lang outshone all the star-studded players to win the Man of the Match award, contributing to Brugge's goal. Lang isn't the finished product. He has some work to do with his pressing game, but not all teams play with the Gegenpress, so I don't think that should be a particular negative. Noa is always competing with the world's best in Europe and holding his own, but a move to one of the big 5 leagues will help him develop his game further. Moving on to his stickers and cards, it's important to note that Lang has a variety of cards in the modern sets, and I'll try to give my opinion on which cards I like and why. Starting off with the best of the bunch has to be Noa Lang's Pro League sticker from the 2021 Panini set, released only in Belgium and Luxembourg. So it's not an international release, and that means production is localised, and it's Lang's only sticker as he wasn't in the Champions League set by Topps. This sticker can be bought on Belgium's Panini site. I'm still trying to source it, but otherwise eBay prices will be in the region of $10. For the second item, it has to be the Topps Merlin Chrome card. I would have said Merlin 95 as it's like a sticker card, but Lang only has an autographed card in that set. The Merlin Chrome is a nice action shot with some information on the back of the card, an RC logo, and can be picked up for below $2. The last card would be from the Topps Chrome set, another similar sort of image with some stats on the back, and that's going to be around $5. I actually managed to get an autographed card of Lang, and no, I didn't pay any crazy prices. Quite lucky to get this one actually, and I will have the picture on my Instagram. If you're not following me already, check it out. It's my YouTube name, Football Soccer Collector on Instagram, and I post bits and pieces of my collection every day. Let's move on to the second player. Our second player is Leverkusen winger Moussa Diaby. Diaby is the driving force behind Leverkusen's attacking play. Diaby was Leverkusen's top provider of assists last season with 10 in the Bundesliga, and he's just started his third season with Bayer. Now Diaby's speed is a true weapon for Die Werkself, which is Leverkusen's nickname, and with Leon Bailey moving to the Premier League, Diaby has become one of the main sources of goals in the 2021 season. 3 goals in 6 games with 1 assist is an extraordinary start from the young Frenchman, who only scored 4 goals all of last season. Diaby is a product of PSG's youth academy, and in 2016 he won the Titi d'Or award for being the most promising and talented player in their academy. A loan move to Serie A side Crotone was agreed for the second half of the 2017 season, giving Diaby some experience playing in Italian football. He only managed 2 appearances at Crotone, but for the following season, PSG utilised Diaby 25 times in Ligue 1. Now Diaby was concerned about his long-term prospects at PSG, and he was aware of a growing trend in the Bundesliga where young players were given a lot of game time. Diaby prioritised his development as a footballer, and in the summer of 2019, Bayer Leverkusen shelled out €15 million for him. Leverkusen saw an immediate return on their investment, with Diaby scoring 5 goals and assisting a further 5 in 28 Bundesliga appearances for that season. As mentioned earlier, his second season with Leverkusen was particularly better with the Europa League, especially in the Europa League, where Diaby also scored 4 in 8, assisting 3 goals. Inter Milan defeated Leverkusen in the quarter-finals, putting an end to a great Europa League run. Diaby's fine form domestically has resulted in a call-up to the French national side, and I have my fingers crossed that he makes the squad for the 22 World Cup. I can see Diaby potentially moving on from Leverkusen after the tournament, as there are already a host of top clubs keen to add Diaby to their books. Now the first card that I would recommend for Diaby would be his only card or sticker in a PSG shirt, which is from the FIFA 365 2019 Adrenaline set, which was initially released in August 2018, but Diaby's card is from the update edition. The card is from the season that Diaby played 25 games for PSG. eBay prices are sky high for this card, but if you shop around, you can find it for $1. You can make a comment or inbox me and I'll send you the link. The second item that I recommend if you're looking to collect Diaby is his 2019 Topps Bundesliga Shooting Star sticker. I love the colours on this sticker. And of course, it's his first sticker in general, not just for Leverkusen. Again, eBay prices are high at $20, but do shop around. I've seen them for under $5 in the past, and I definitely paid lower than $5 for mine. Lastly, I would recommend Diaby's 2020 Topps Bundesliga Chrome card, which is in a nice action pose with some statistics on the back. Aesthetically, this is a nice card and a cheap option at $2 to $3. The RB does have some match attacks cards, Topps Chrome Sapphires, and of course a 2020 Bundesliga sticker. The choices are simply my preference, so provided the entry point is right, all of them could be worthy additions, especially that DRB is still not yet that well known in the hobby. Amine Gouiri is the third player on our list. Gouiri is comfortable both as a striker and a left winger, and as time goes on, Nice are playing him more regularly as a striker or a second striker, playing off a target man from the left hand side. Now Gouiri stood out in a disappointing season for Nice last season, where they finished 9th in Ligue 1. In 34 games, Amine scored 12 goals and 7 assists, meaning he was involved in 19 goals out of the total 53 Nice scored last season. Regarded as one of France's best young prospects, Gouiri grew tired of waiting for his chance to shine at Lyon, where he came through the youth ranks. After just 8 appearances in 3 years as a pro, Nice took a punt on him in 2019, and he's proven to be a great piece of business for the team based in the French Riviera. Amine is technically gifted, creates chances for himself, and is at the heart of Nice's attack. His wonderful first touch and agile dribbling is more than a handful for defenders. Gouiri is equally adept at creating chances for his teammates through his superb link-up play and accurate passing. After 8 games this season, Nice sit in 3rd place, largely thanks to Gouiri, who has scored 5 goals and assisted another 3. Amine has contributed towards a goal a game in each match, and it's of no surprise that big teams are interested in buying him, particularly Liverpool, with Klopp asking specifically of the board to make contact with Nice over a potential transfer. Man City and Real Madrid have also been linked, but I feel they have sufficient attacking options already, especially if they're looking to use him as a winger. But with Roberto Firmino becoming less prolific in front of goal, Klopp needs a capable understudy who can challenge Bobby in the starting lineup, especially if he will look to use Gouiri as a striker in the future. In terms of cards and stickers, we should turn our attention to the FUT 2019 Panini sticker for Gouiri, which has been creeping up in price and will cost in the region of $25. Just a quick word of warning, don't buy the unlicensed under-20 World Cup sticker for Gouiri, which was made for the 2019 season but produced in 2020. It was made by an Instagram company, not licensed, just avoid. Now the second item is from FUT 2020, the first season for Gouiri at Nice. It's a typical headshot, and what we're talking about here will set you back around $10. And actually, the third choice is from the same set, FUT 2020, and Gouiri has a foil sticker with a full body shot that can be a decent addition for $5. Now, although Gouiri hasn't received a call up to the French national side yet, he has said publicly that he wants to play for France over Algeria. If he can continue this fine form, I could see him finding a way to make the France squad for World Cup 2022. Up next is Sociedad winger Ander Barrenetxea, and the correct pronunciation is Barrenetxea, and he is a very exciting player. Ander already has 3 seasons under his belt at the White and Blues, and he's only 19 years old. Last season was definitely his breakout season. Let's discuss why he is so highly rated. Now, Barrenetxea plays on the left-hand side for Real Sociedad, and he often cuts inside with his right foot. His balance while dribbling is a vital asset for Ander. He possesses a low centre of gravity, which allows him to drift past defenders with ease. Though he has scored some sensational goals, I feel that there is still some work to be done with his final product, and it's more of a matter of when rather than if he can develop into a top-class winger. Ander already has 78 games under his belt with 8 goals and 3 assists, plus some vital experience in the Europa League. This season, with Oyarzabal fit, Ander is starting from the bench after he himself was out for almost a month due to a muscle injury. Now, Spain have a lot of options on the wing, but Barrenetxea is definitely a player to keep your eyes on, with an outside shot of making the World Cup squad. In terms of his cards and stickers that I like and recommend, we can start with his Panini Este 2019 sticker in the season in which he played 17 times in La Liga. There is more and more awareness about Ander Barrenetxea in the market, and this sticker will set you back around $30. Next up, from the same year, is his Panini Mega Cracks 2019 card. It's got a really nice action shot, and he actually has 2 cards from this set. The main card also costs about $30, but the Futuro version, which I guess is like a rookies section for that set, you can get for around $10. Now, third off, it's a personal choice this time. There's so many options from the 2020 season for Barrenetxea, but I'm going with the Topps Merlin Chrome 2020 Europa League card. It has the RC logo. It's not his true rookie. I mean, there's a lot of talk about, companies using RC incorrectly, but I'm guessing that Topps' logic is that it's his first card for a European competition, hence the RC symbol. For his base card, you can add Barrenetxea to your collection for $2 or $3. Again, when I pick up Modern, I tend to only pick up base, as I feel the refractors and numbered cards tend to cost more than actual rookies. So the value is not there, in my opinion, for those sort of cards. Unless you win them in a giveaway or you get them on the cheap, just stick to base when you're collecting Modern, in my opinion. Our last player on this list is Cody Gakpo, the 22-year-old Dutch winger playing for PSV Eindhoven in the Eredivisie. Gakpo has come through the ranks of young PSV, playing in one division lower than the Eredivisie, scoring 17 goals in 26 games over the span of 3 seasons. It was in the 2018 season that Mark van Bommel, the PSV coach, would utilise Gakpo more often in the first team, and he has been a regular ever since. Gakpo is a powerful winger. Though he possesses pace, it's typically strength which frustrates the opposition. He provokes so many yellow cards as defenders simply can't keep up with him or handle him. His hold-up play is fantastic, holding off defenders to find pockets of space for his teammates to get into. Also worth mentioning is Gakpo's intelligence in reading the game, which shows the maturity beyond his years, and not forgetting the beautiful long-range shots he is capable of producing. Gakpo has also forced his way into the Netherlands team at the expense of his former teammate Steven Bergwijn, who's now at Tottenham Hotspur, and he made his debut in Euro 2020 tournament, scoring his first national team goal in the recent game against Montenegro. Gakpo has had an incredible start to this season. He scored 2 goals in 8 in the Eredivisie, and he's assisted a further 6, making his goal contributions a goal a game. PSV didn't make it through the Champions League qualifiers, but they've made a good start in the Europa League in Group B, with Sociedad, Monaco and Sturm Graz, the Austrian side, in their group. It's no surprise that teams from bigger leagues have been looking at Cody, especially Bayern Munich, who have been very closely linked with him. Perhaps they would look to use him more centrally, in a position that he also seems very comfortable playing in, as a centre forward. On the rare occasion in his career that Gakpo has played as a centre forward, he has scored 7 times in 15 games. Now, moving on to his cards and stickers, it's a huge surprise that Gakpo only has 1 sticker, which is from the Dutch supermarket AH Voetballs 2020 season edition. This can be picked up for under $5, even less if you know where to look. The prices I give are always estimates, slash eBay buy it nows. The price estimates there, eBay buy it nows. But, you know, if you want to find out where to get stickers a little bit cheaper, shoot me a message, a comment, and I'll be sure to point you in the right direction. So, he doesn't have a Topps Champions League sticker because they didn't make it past the qualifiers, but most likely Gakpo will appear in one of many Topps Chrome sets for this season or next season if they include PSV in the checklist. I think with the hobby growing, the Eredivisie market is a missed opportunity by Topps and Panini. The historic Panini votable stickers are still popular and actually quite common in my collection, and I would prefer a typical sticker product for the Eredivisie rather than the stamp card like product that AH is producing, although I'm grateful at least there's something that we can collect for this league. Now on to the honourable mentions. Don't sleep on Cody Gakpo, people. As in my top 5 young strikers video, there will be of course some honourable mentions. Now some of these were very close to making the list. The first is Kamaldeen Sulemana, the young Ghanaian winger playing for Stade Rennais in Ligue 1. After impressing for Norgesland, I hope that's the correct pronunciation, in the Danish Superliga, Sulemana was signed by Rennes for €20 million in the latest transfer window. He has transitioned well into the French league and was rather impressive in the match against PSG. Sulemana is a very creative player. He's fearless with great technical ability and electric speed. While Yeremi Doku has been sidelined with an injury, Sulemana has all the limelight all over him, and in 9 games he scored 3 times and assisted 1 goal so far. We don't have any stickers or cards for Sulemana, but he will be in this season's Panini Foot Edition, so keep an eye on him with a view to picking up a sticker once the set is released. Next up we have RB Salzburg winger Noa Okafor, who I think has been overlooked by so many people. Okafor was a regular for FC Basel before his move to Austrian side RB Salzburg. When he first moved to Salzburg, fans were quite critical of Okafor, who was signed for 10 million as he had a bit of a reputation for missing chances in his first few games. Since then, Okafor has played 58 games, scoring 15 goals and assisting 10. He started this season with 3 goals in 8 games and 2 assists. If Okafor can stay consistent over the course of this season, he'll win back the trust of his fans, and for me, he is one to keep watching. His 2020 Austrian Bundesliga sticker can be picked up for under $10, but a cheaper alternative could be the Champions League sticker, which you can get for $2. They're both from the 2020 season. Jakub Kaminski is the next player who will get a mention. The 19-year-old Polish winger has been recently called up to the national side and has been a regular for Lech Poznan for the past 3 seasons. We must appreciate though that the Polish Ekstraklasa is not strong, and in the past players have had to move abroad to gain a call up to the national team, but times are changing in Polish football. Kaminski is a very creative player with flair, good directional shifts, and is confident on the ball. Manchester United have scouted him on a number of occasions, and this season in 10 matches he scored 4 times and assisted another 4. Kaminski should build on this strong start and finish the season on a high. Now Lech Poznan are not in any European competitions this season. I think Kaminski should stay with them for at least 1 to 2 years before moving on to another club, and no stickers or cards exist for him, but he is sure one to watch. The next player I think should be well known, but maybe not, is Ukrainian winger Viktor Tsygankov, who's 23 years old, so he might not qualify as young, but I have included him in this list as I think he's still unknown to the hobby at large. I'm very surprised he hasn't moved on from Dynamo Kiev, as he has proved to be very consistent over the years. The only factor I can think of is that he is quite injury prone, and I've also been told by a few people that follow the league that the Dynamo Kiev president does not want to let him go for no sum of money. Now, since making his debut in 2016, Tsygankov has scored 67 goals in 135 games as a right winger. Last season, he scored the winner for Ukraine in their Nations League match against Spain in the group stages. And if you want to add this player to your collection, I would recommend his 2020 Champions League sticker, which you can pick up for $1. Now, our last player in the honourable mentions list is Villareal winger Yeremi Pino. You might also know him as Yeremi Jesus. The young winger is blessed with low centre of gravity and flair, and he's one of the wingers that I have talked about that actually does have brilliant defensive work, and it's very important on Emery's defensive tactics that he has that high work rate defensively. Now, Yeremi made his debut last season in La Liga, and he helped Villareal in their Europa League winning campaign. He has recently been called up to the Spanish national side, and he is developing very quickly. Should Yeremi stay injury-free, the future is bright for the Villareal man, and I'm keeping a close eye on him over the course of the season. In terms of cards, I would recommend his 2020 Mega Cracks card, which you can buy for about $10. Now, there are other players I could have talked about in this video. Vinicius Junior, for example, just looks like a brand new player this season, but I try to speak about players that are not that well known and might not be in the limelight. Now, please remember, prospecting is the riskier side of the hobby. If all these players make it, there's great upside to collecting them all, especially if you're getting in early. But even when we talk about $10 for Yeremi, now I think Yeremi is quite a good buy, but for $10, you can actually buy Pavel Nedved's Calciatori rookie sticker. Now, if Yeremi gets injured, well, Nedved's not going to get injured, so your $10 is safe. It's only going to go one way if you assume that the market will grow or will have exponential growth. Now, Nedved is someone I'm going to be speaking about in the future, so please stay tuned for my next video. Please leave a comment on any players I should have included and any icons you feel I should discuss. Till next time, bye-bye, and a quick apology for the delay in the last video compared to this video. I'm going to make it up to you guys, I promise. Take care, bye-bye.